Sup, it's Hallie. Welcome to Our Hearts United. I don't know if OBS is picking this up because this mod's a little bit fussy to get started with, but I'm just going to read it and hope for the best for the moment. The workings of the human heart are the profoundest mystery of the universe. One moment they make us despair of our kind. And the next we see in them the reflection of the divine rage. But one thing for sure, it allows us connections to the forum. Connections that strengthen the more people are intertwined with destiny. Alright, so yeah, Our Hearts United. We were supposed to start this back when we started the last arc of Wrenching Paths, but this menu here was just not here for some reason. And also, the game insists that it starts in full screen. So, let me just... Okay, I can see OBS is picking it up. I don't know if it was before, if the proportions are right or whatever, but we're gonna roll with it. Because, my god, getting this to work has just been... It's just been a whole thing. Alright, now let's click on the game and see what this is all about. My name is Hallie. Okay, let's go. Oh goodness, we get to choose our chapters. Well, as far as I know, only Chapter 1 is included in this, so I assume the game would just automatically break if I pick these. Here, let's drop a save and see what happens. We'll save right here. Why is return all the way over here? Okay, yeah, let's pick a different chapter that doesn't exist. We'll just jump right to Chapter 3. Unavailable in the beta release. Oh. And that is as well. Alright, no, that's fair. Chapter 1 selected. Choose an episode. Oh, goodness. Like, I'm gonna assume these are in order. I guess we'll start with the beginning. Beginning selected. Is it actually loading, or is this just a ploy? If you're having troubles with some parts of the mod, like the art, music, and the other related stuff, then that means you pretty much didn't follow the instructions and installed the... Hey, 2 of the new 4 characters will constantly stalk the player in certain locations. What their agenda is entirely unknown. What? Yeah, Erica's presence here is never normal. Despite her lovable antics towards you, do not trust her entirely. Don't forget to save during choices. You may never know if what you got are worth the time. Okay, that's enough loading screen tips. How do I advance this? All the events that have transpired here take place during September 2018. That's the month and year the mod was first conceptualized and brought to life. Oh, okay. Unlike the first series, some of the characters retain their memories of the previous world, while some don't. What really happened back then to put things back to the beginning? Transfusion mode utilizes the power of the life and death energium embedded onto the player. When a voice activates it, their voice will project outside of the player, creating a dual... Okay, I don't read all the time. All assets are not final and are subject to change constantly until after the final beta release, even though that may change depending on circumstances, comments, criticism, and other thoughts regarding the mod are encouraged as long as they help. There it finally goes. Was it actually loading that whole time? A question. Okay, so there's like different versions of me. Have you ever wondered that everything you knew was a lie? No, the very thought of your singular existence, the very knowledge you assume that you yourself are just your own person, which was all just a lie? But even so, this epiphany we call a hell is endless, laden with endless pains, flooding with endless torments, drowned by endless sorrows, and filled with endless sadness. Endless sufferings, where there is no happiness, no fairy tale endings, no nothing. The true face of reality itself. Sayori. She was that bundle of sunshine. A sunshine that shone lights of happiness besides and around you. Yet she could not find her own pursuit of happiness amidst it all. And in the end, she died by hanging herself, succumbing to her depression. Natsuki. A frail but feisty girl. She was someone you'd see a part of yourself into. a part where something in you would long to be with. But in the end, it never mattered, because she was abused, severely by her own father, her own flesh and blood, driving her to the point of having suicidal thoughts. Maybe in some mods. Yuri, she was madly in love with you. Obsessedly in love with you is what they would call it. She felt the care and longing she so desperately needed for her entire life in you. And in a rush of pure excitement and thrills, I have no idea who Wally is, she killed herself for you. And what about Monica? Well, she disappeared. Mysteriously. Everyone assumed she was dead. Even though she is as sentient than the others. Is as sentient than the others? If it's either as the others, this doesn't make sense in this sentence. Even she couldn't survive for this long, alone. They all died, again and again and again, and again. In this hellish world, in this hellish epiphany. It's time to save everyone. This is your chance to save everyone from this endless cycle. It's your time. Be the hero you were always destined to be, Hallie. Alright, I'll do my best. I lived a million lives, always the same. Every life I lived ended in the same hellish end. Every single one of them dying in front of me. No one left alive except me. Alone. In a dark, hollow void. I kept reminding myself what could happen in the start, but even when I go back, I always forget those memories. And when I end up here, all the memories flood right back into me. There must be a way to warn myself, but how? Everything I do ends up in a total failure. I failed to save all of them. Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki, Monica. Even those I knew in my other lives. Those people who became a part of our lives. Erica, Victor, Elise, Satoshi, Johan, Nathaniel. Yeah, I don't know, man. Wally, Kiara, Amy, Mio, Emma, Brian. I couldn't save all of them. I feel helpless. No, Hal, you are not helpless, said someone. Huh? Who said that? We also felt the same thing as you did. We also lived a million lives just like you lived before and after. I could hear another voice around me, but who was it? Why does the voice seem familiar? It sounded just like... Me? Who are you? What do you want from me? We want you to save them. Our friends. Our friends? Who are you? Show yourself. We cannot show ourselves here in this dark void. All of us are formless. But we are you. We all share the same memories, and the same pain we all went through. We? You mean, you're me? Yes, Hallie, we are you. More importantly, you are one of the many lives that exist in the great multiverse. Huh? Listen, Hallie, we were all brought here by a sudden rift in the barriers of reality. Something had happened and caused all the worlds to intercollide with one another. Caused, past tense. All of us are alternate versions of you. We are from other worlds just like yours, but with different events. We may differ things from you, but we are still you in the overall grand scheme. We may differ in ways from you, perhaps? We don't know what brought us here, but one thing is for sure. We will stop the worlds from colliding with one another. And what are we going to do? Out of the many different versions of you, we chose you to undergo this grand mission to change time and space. And we will join our life force with you, Hallie. Life force. Our great strength will be transferred to you, Hallie. We may lose our bodies in our worlds, but it won't matter if every other world ceases to exist anymore. I'll do it then. What do you even want me to do? Aside from us merging with you, we're going to use all our remaining powers to create another reality. You'll be alone in that world physically, like every other world, but only this time, we'll all be with you. But... what? This'll hurt a little, Hallie, but you can just walk it off. Okay. Actually, you know what? The pain part was actually just a ruse. This will really hurt. Transfusion! Suddenly, I feel millions of souls suddenly raced towards me and went inside me with great force. Suddenly? Sure. Irk. Ag. What seems like an endless number of tormented souls rushed inside me. I could feel the pain, even when I don't seem to have a body to sense pain. I could definitely feel that excruciating pain. Coming, and coming, and coming. Eventually my conscience begins to fade, and everything that I could feel anymore slowly faded. My consciousness begins to fade. And you don't need to say this part because you already said it with this. Why do I feel? Because you're alive. That's why. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. What if she's going to chase after me like this? I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Good to see you, Sayori. The sound of someone kicking what seems to be metal can be heard alongside someone else reading through a book. What is the sound of someone reading through a book? God damn it, it's broken again. Can you try to keep that stable again this time? Gee, I'm trying, alright. This is still all new to me. So what are we going to do now? Well, as the manual said, again, like last time, just let this one do stuff straight from the first day. Let him do the work for the time being. You mean we'd have to sit through an entire day of the same crap we did in the first day? Like, again? In a way, yes. Dude, we just broke the system for day one, like the last time. That's not going to happen anytime sooner again. We did it, we did again? Well, duh. You saw what happened. That's literally the same thing that happened. It starts up, gets corrupted, and breaks down. Well, just go to phase 2. Well, you see, there's the problem. Phase 2 is also broken. Wait, what? It's broken too. Can't start that one either. Well, that sucks. Oh, so now what? There's still an option, though. What? There's another one besides phase 2. What's it called? Phase 3? Contrary to what you believe, no, go on over to the last page. Page 9001? Hold on. Page 9001. Quanta Override Mode? Yes. In case the Phase 1 and 2 mode ceases to function properly, we'll override the Quanta mode. But what? Given our prior knowledge regarding to the Sea of Quanta's power, this could be pretty dangerous. Well, we already broke Phase 1 and Phase 2, so we might as well head into the override mode. Nothing could get bad with 1 and 2 already fucked up. Besides, Phase 2 mode was kind of questionable. Not in the sense it was weird, but somehow a lot of it was unappealing. Dude, that's so overrated. But alright, let's see. The activation of the Quanta Override mode is dangerous and requires it would be utmost, just drop the O and you're fine, caution when operating under the parameters. Yeah, this isn't your actual mode you want to deal with. I hope you know what you're exactly doing with this. I hope you know what exactly you're doing with this. September 3rd, 2018. So lost, dude. What is going on? Not playing. Okay, so it pops up with the music. Today marks the first day of school in September. But it's an ordinary school day like any other. Monday mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together, the likes. Meanwhile, I walk to school on my own. Well, not usually alone. I used to walk with someone else, but starting around high school, I would get tired of waiting for that person and just head towards school first. I always tell myself it's about time I socialized with other people again or something like that, but sometimes I feel like not doing any of those things. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average day while spending my free time on games and anime. The school day is as ordinary as ever. The teacher is going through with her lecture, nothing too exciting so to say. However, mother teacher comes in and talks to our lecturer. Oh, I'm sorry, I misread it. It's another teacher, but man, this font is like kind of plays tricks on my eyes. I definitely saw that as an M. Another teacher. The other teacher then leaves as our lecturer, then stops with her lecture.
Class, it looks like we're about to have a new transferee with us today.
Oh, a transferee. That's new. I wasn't expecting any new transfer students coming here, let alone new enrollees.
Anyway, if you'd kindly come over and join us.
There, a girl walks in the room and over to the podium. She was, I don't know, cute. She wasn't from around here. That I can surely tell. But somehow I feel like I knew her from somewhere.
Care to introduce yourself to the class? Hello, everyone. My name is Janet Erica Van Santenbanez.
I don't know. I have no idea if I pronounced that right.
A foreign exchange student from the Philippines.
I have no idea how to do a Filipino accent either.
But you can all call me Erica for short. And I hope to make friends with all of you.
Erica. That was her name.
Thank you for giving all of us a short introduction on yourself, Miss Santenbanez. I believe there's still an available seat next to Hallie. Oh. Yes, there's one over next to him that's still available. You may take that seat next to him. Okay, teacher.
She walks over to me and sits in the next seat beside me. Kind of awkward to have the new girl sit besides me, even. Sit next to me. I don't know why you put this even here.
Oh.
From out of nowhere, she suddenly speaks up to me, catching me off guard.
You look familiar. Have we met before?
The hell? The new girl in school talks to me, and the first thing she asks is if we've met before. I don't even know her at all, literally. It's the first time I've seen her. No. Can't say that I have.
Huh? Sorry for bothering you. I'm Erica, by the way.
Hallie.
Nice meeting you, Hallie.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
I'm sorry for mistaking you for someone else. But you almost look like someone I know of.
Someone you know of?
Mm-hmm. He looks just like you. Well, not much. But the resemblance is striking.
Maybe it's just coincidence.
I guess.
You said something, but the auto-ending text box cut it off.
But you really look like
Marho. The lecturer clears her throat, hinting us to keep quiet as she lectures. Of course, we both shut up for the remainder of the classes.